regular scheduled meeting of the Kingston City Council to order. I'd like to ask everyone to please stand and Mr. Brown will lead us in the invocation. Ms. Humphries will lead us in the pledge of flag.
Heavenly Father, we come to you once again with grateful hearts. Thank you for the opportunity that we have to come to meet as a group, as a body. Thank you this beautiful day that you've given us. Be with us as we go through the deliberations for the citizens of Kingston. Help us to make the right decisions. And we ask that you be with the Bunch family tonight as we're going through some hard times. And most of all, we give you praise for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died for our sins. We give you praise every day. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, David Seaton. Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Councilmember Brown.
Present.
Councilmember Childs.
Present.
Councilmember Griffiths.
Present.
Vice Mayor Humphries.
present.
Councilmember Stockton.
Present.
Councilmember Wright.
Present.
Mayor Nick.
Present. Do I hear a motion to approve the previous amendments as written?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Is there any corrections or deletions to the minutes? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brown.
Yes.
Councilmember Childs.
Yes.
Councilmember Griffiths.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries.
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton.
Yes.
Councilmember Wright.
Yes.
Mayor Nick.
Aye.
7 ayes.
Are there any citizens wishing to appear before council tonight? Okay, seeing none, I have a proclamation here recognizing the basketball team from this past season. With everything going on in the school, it's kind of hard to get them here, what's going on. So I'll just go ahead and read it, and I'll give it to Coach Nairmore this week. So whereas the city of Kingston is the county seat of Rome County, Tennessee, and whereas the city of Kingston wishes to honor the Kingston Yellow Jackets boys basketball team, and whereas the Kingston City Council and Mayor Tim Newt hereby set aside May 11, 2021, in honor of the Kingston Yellow Jackets basketball team, in recognition of their accomplishments as follows: a 27-6 final record, District 4 champs, region champs, sub-state championship, first appearance in state tournaments since 1991, first victory at the state tournament since 1979. Whereas the city of Kingston wishes to thank the Kingston Yellow Jacket boys basketball team for the contribution to the city, for setting an example of excellence for the citizens of Kingston. And therefore, I, Timothy Neal, Honorable Mayor of the city of Kingston, Tennessee, do hereby proclaim the 11th day of the month of May, 2021, Kingston Yellow Jacket boys basketball day. And I urge all citizens to acknowledge their contribution to our city. I wish we could have had them here tonight. It would have been something. All right, so reports will go with the mayor and council. Start with Mr. Griffiths. Do you have anything to report?
No.
Ms. Wright? Mr. Brown?
My reports are in your packet. That's the reason it's so big. But just so you'll know, the 911 board will be switching over the 18th into the new building, and we expect about an hour delay, and Loudoun County's taking over, which there won't be any downtime at all. But we'll move into their new building.
Stop me anything.
The minutes were a little late because our meeting was postponed a week on the beautification. But just to kind of update you on the Bethel Cemetery project is still chipping away at that every week and making a big difference in the cemetery. So that's working well.
Mr. Childs, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
I just wanted to mention we're continuing to receive donations for the Ford, and we will be having a roadblock on June 4th from 3 to 5. Anyone who wants to help is welcome. And last night at our Park and Rec meeting, I was asked to remind you all that we're having the raft race on the 4th, and so far no one's really wanting to participate. So everybody's chickening out. So they're looking for participants in the raft race. Other than that. I heard you didn't want to there, David.
I don't have anything to report, so I'll turn it over to the city manager report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a few things here in addition to my written report. Just to give you an update, obviously you've seen some emails from me, and you may have seen it online. The Parks and Recreation Director position has been posted. It's on our website, it's on social media, it's also listed through TML and the Tennessee Parks and Recreation Association. In addition, it'll be advertised in Roane County News tomorrow. I think as of now, we've already got about, 6 or 7 resumes in, so we expect those will keep coming. My plan is to accept those through the 4th, conduct interviews through the week of the 14th, and hopefully, if everything goes well, maybe be ready to make an offer to somebody by Friday the 18th. So that's best case scenario, but that's what we're hoping for. Obviously, right now, the major focus in Parks and Rec is the 4th of July. We don't know yet what Chase's end date's going to be, but we certainly hope that he'll still be here for that, but we can't count on it. And if he isn't, we'll get through it as we always do with things. Everybody will pull together, and certainly I'll keep you posted on the progress of that as that process moves forward. Obviously you've seen the progress at the former Rite Aid building where Dollar General's moving in. That's coming along well, as is the Ace Hardware and the AutoZone that are moving along well. We stayed in touch with all three. The folks working on those projects have helped where we could, and we expect all three to be open, within the next month or two. So definitely looking forward to that, having them open for business, along with some of the other businesses that recently opened or are working toward opening. This is exactly the kind of growth that we desperately need, have needed for some time. So very glad to see that. Speaking of growth, the bond committee, we've been working closely with D.R. Horton regarding the upcoming expansion at Center Farm. That's finished. The plat's been signed and recorded. They told us today they expect to break ground within the next 2 to 3 weeks. As approved, that plan calls for an addition of 45 lots, which will provide a much-needed boost to our tax base and to our housing stock, both of which will be very welcome. So we're looking forward to that. The Green River repairs, they've been delayed a bit due to wet weather and spring brush pickup, but work is set to resume on that this week probably, or early next. Hope to have that finished by the 1st of July. Obviously, that was a very big undertaking. Tim and his guys have done a great job, but we appreciate everyone's patience, but hope to have that completed very soon. So more on that, and that's all I have unless you have any questions.
Any questions with the city manager? Seeing none, item 7, addition of items to the meeting agenda received after the close of the agenda deadline. We didn't receive any. So we'll go into 8, unfinished business. Item 8 is consideration of the second reading of ordinance 2104-1301, an ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Kingston, Tennessee, a rezoning property located at 1112 Circle Drive, 1110 Circle Drive, and 1106 Secret Ferry Road, as shown on tax map 047P, Group A, parcels 27.0, 28.0, 29. Together, the adjacent road lots away from C2 highway business to R1 residential district. We hear motion. Passes from second reading.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? Second. Motion by Ms. Humphrey, second Mr. Childs. Ms. Humphrey, Mr. Childs. Council. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Childs?
Yes.
Councilmember Griffiths?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries?
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Mayor Daniel?
Aye.
7 ayes.
Item B, under unfinished business, is consideration of second reading of ordinance 2104-1302, an ordinance to adopt a fat oil grease hog reduction and removal policy for the water department. Is there a motion to consider this ordinance?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Griffith, second by Ms. Humphrey. Mr. Griffith, you have anything? Ms. Humphrey. Council? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Childs?
Yes.
Councilmember Griffiths?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries?
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Mayor Daniel?
Aye.
7 ayes.
Under 9, new business, consideration of the first reading of ordinance 2105-1101, an ordinance amending the annual budget for the city of Kingston, Tennessee for fiscal year 2020-2021. I think that is what we had in our desk, in our spot tonight.
It is. This is the same copy you had at the workshop. The only addition was that we actually left out the $50,000 that you'd appropriated previously for the Christmas lights. We need to move that from the capital fund to the general fund so that purchase can be made when the time comes. So it's just, that was inadvertently left out, but that's just transferring money from one pot to another.
This being the first reading, this could change again before or second reading.
I mean, conceivably it could. I don't see that it will, but yeah, obviously it could.
All right, do you hear a motion for the first reading of this ordinance?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Humphrey, second by Ms. Stocker. Ms. Humphrey, do you have anything to add? Ms. Stocker? Council. Madam Clerk, call roll.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Childs?
Yes.
Councilmember Griffiths?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries?
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Mayor Danner?
Aye.
7 ayes.
With no other business come before city council, now this meeting is adjourned. Now we'll go straight into the beer board meeting. Call the beer board meeting in order. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Member Brown?
Present.
Member Childs?
Present.
Member Griffiths?
Present.
Vice Chair Humphries?
Present.
Member Stockton?
Present.
Member Wright?
Present.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Present. To hear a motion to approve the previous minutes as written.
Make motion.
Second.
Is there any corrections or deletions to the minutes? Madam Clerk, call the roll on minutes, please.
Member Brown?
Yes.
Member Childs?
Yes.
Member Griffiths?
Yes.
Vice Chair Humphries?
Yes.
Member Stockton?
Yes.
Member Wright?
Yes.
Chairman Neal?
Aye.
7 ayes.
There is no business coming from the beer board, so I call this meeting adjourned. Now I'll call over the regular meeting of Kingston Water Board. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll of the water board.
Member Brown?
Present.
Member Childs?
Present.
Member Griffiths?
Present.
Vice Chair Humphries?
Present.
Member Stockton?
Present.
Member Wright?
Present.
Chairman Neal?
Present. Are there any citizens that wish to address the water board tonight? Seeing none, we'll go right into the utility director report.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be quick. I know it's been a long night, so
It just started, really.
I just have one item in addition to my written report. Just want to let you know you've heard us talk a lot about I&I as obviously a major point of emphasis from the state's perspective. Certainly a priority for us. We've been working on that. We're very fortunate that we have a consistently low line loss on the water side. We're trying to be as proactive as we can on the sewer side as well. Through the efforts of our transmission distribution department working to identify problems, they found a pretty significant amount of infiltration coming from the high school, and they've been working closely with them to remedy that. I know some of that work has already been done. Some of it is still underway. So if you see a bunch of trucks around the high school, that's what they're working on. Obviously, this is just one source, but it represents great progress in a relatively short amount of time, and I just want to commend Kevin and his crew for their continuing work on that, and that's all I have unless you have any questions.
Anybody have any questions for this evening? All right, seeing none, let me back up to the previous minutes out. I hear a motion to approve the previous minutes as written.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Griffiths, second by Mr. Childs. Are there any corrections or deletions to the minutes? Madam Clerk, call the roll for previous minutes.
Member Brown?
Yes.
Member Childs?
Yes.
Member Griffiths?
Yes.
Vice Chair Humphries?
Yes.
Member Stockton?
Yes.
Member Wright?
Yes.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Is there any other, there is no new business in the water, or is any more business come before the water board tonight? Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.